Hello and welcome. Right, we just got that poised for action, hadn't we? And the worker is across the road doing the other job. I'm liking this. I know it's all there's quite a few time lapses, but it's not really like that terrible. Yeah, there's not an awful lot like going wrong on this. So yeah. Oh yeah, we have got that water plane. That's what I was on about. Yeah, so we've got a water plane back. This sort of shows how the game is still not right properly. There is like weirdnesses going on. So somewhere around here we saw the water plane. So why can we not see it now? Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? You have to be up in the air. We definitely saw it though, like wandering around. Yeah, and this is what this was actually down here last time. But it sort of does prove, perhaps then it sort of settles down. And the glitch is still there, sort of. We did see it. It was not a figment of my imagination. Why have we got like a patch in the... It's a damage patch, but it's not like they normally look like. That's a bit odd. Yeah, so the water's definitely just suddenly disappeared, and it wasn't the reflection on that or anything like that. It really was. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, we definitely saw it wobbling around in the field, so... definitely was there, but now it's not. So yeah, right, then let's go across the road. What have we got to do? We were going to literally go straight to a time lapse. I think really we are. It's just across the road, isn't it? The with our special sprayer, shall we say, which has used all of like one set. I'm not going to interfere with this because it knows what it's doing, and I haven't got a clue of like. So it's what it's used so far is the 200. Now you can't actually see where it's been. No, we have. Yeah, though these are sort of strange squares, aren't they? I've not seen squares like this before. Now, yeah, it did get blocked last time, but yeah, this is the bit where it got blocked. It kept reversing and it couldn't figure it out, and I took over. I remember. Can you figure it out? I don't think you can you? May have to chop the tree down. Okay, let's try to do that. We have, after all, bought the periphery now, so we did actually figure it out. But we're going to get this every single time. So let's just chop these two little trees. This one's not really little, but now we need to do the alts, don't we? Super strength to actually make this actually work. So we'll just do these two so that we don't keep getting this error. I don't really again, I wouldn't do this in real life. This is literally because of game mechanics, the way the game mechanics are, that I'm going to do this, because we're going to get this every single time. So, and we will. We did actually get that flash there for a second. These are quite tricky to get to. I'm usually quite good at these, but these are like a bit more sensitive than normal. You just got to touch it a little bit. And the one thing is that this does make up for it. The mod itself, the Lumberjack mod, actually does make up for it in a lot of ways. Right, so we also need... it's going to be hard to get that off the ground, isn't it? Because we're going to be grabbing both. Right, it is actually, thinking about it. Right, anyway. Let's grab you. Right, okay, so then we need... How are we going to get down now? I think we can do it, just about. It hasn't got narrows though, so do you know something? I think I'd sooner... how can we do... we can. We did it with the other one. I think we can do it with this, although... Yeah, this is... The only bad thing is about having this, it's a beautiful bit of kit. It is so long. It's sort of... I mean, it does make you aware of, like, 3 dimensions a bit. I enjoy the challenge, but you would have seen, like, a couple of sessions ago where I walloped the tree... Because I've got to turn right, which means my finger's going to go heavily to the left, which then means you've really got to like gradually, very slowly turn round, and you still manage to wallop. Now we also had the tractor on last time, which made this even more. Thankfully, we can't damage the crop, and this is going to be more difficult than last time because I apologise. I can't really do much about this because I'm going to. Yeah, I think we're going to need to like pull down a little. To be honest, you could leave this not up at all, but it's actually quite useful when you're... yeah, because it really doesn't use it. I mean, it goes up it, but what I mean is you could still have that... Right, let's just grab this as well. Right, and then let's stick it back up for realism, because it really doesn't need it, it is true. Right, I am going to say my words though. Yeah, we were... I've got quite a lot of work to do. I've got to be very careful now not to pick up the wood chips because it's going to destroy. If it does destroy, I'm saying in advance, we're going to so that is field number 1 done. Let's just grab it on field number 2. We're going to have to be careful because we're going to get in the way. So you have done your preemptive. I did say, well, there we go, water plane in the middle of the field. Right, well, so it's wandering. It's even sort of weirder than I thought it was. Very strange. Right, so we need to set this going on this. Now, I thought about this. This might actually do well as a cow field. No, they are ready. They are acting. Got a horse field right next to us there. You're going to crash into the... They are fairly good at some things. Spraying is one of their better sort of skills, I think, really. I mean, we're still got 164,000. We're not doing terribly badly. Yeah, so this is the last run of Field 55. Now that we bought the headlands, wink, wink. I mean, now, yeah, just to make it usable. I'm not going to go extravagant. I'm not going to, go into all these areas and all the rest of it. I might actually join the fields on some of them. This one here, no, that's what we just said we're not going to do. Yeah, do we join 56 and 57? And then the other thing I thought, or two things I thought, we could either put the cows here, because this was supposed to be the original farmyard, so we could have a bit of a over here. I'm got to try to observe that, although you can fill it in really. So we could, because it's a strange bit, that bit. So we could put the cows there and put as big a section as possible, and have this as a second farmyard for the close to this one, a little one, admittedly, and then we could have the bigger farmyard over here joining, which eventually I'm hoping that we're going to get 49, which is a little bit beyond our thing. Only just. I'm loving where we're going. The growth is quite good. Just goes to show that if you have got a decent business, that this is where I think it actually got stuck last time. But then I was a bit impatient last time, and it did get stuck for a long while in this sort of rough area. Yeah, it sort of started to face off on the left in a minute, but then perhaps I was a little impatient. Right, we do need to jump into that and get cracking, don't we? So yeah, I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Now that is quite impressive. I've got to be honest. It goes to show that how good precision farming is. We had 22,000 litres on this last time. We got 44,000, and then another 18 odd in that. That's 3 times the amount. So it does go to show that precision farming has a massive impact. I remember once doing a similar test on the base game, and it was the difference was quite marginal with a normal. Just standard fertiliser and that, so that's quite impressive. Now, did we do the fertiliser and lime? Did we buy the data? I think we did. We will check all of this in a minute, because I know obviously we indicate. I know there are no cars here. We know this, but let's try to aim for a little bit of realism. So yeah, we've got an awful lot of grass this time. We do need to do a bit of a run with the, and we've also got this beautiful Fendt stroke. Well, we got the Fendt version, haven't we? So yeah, with a 3-point link on the back. I'm quite impressed. So we've really got another tractor. The only bad thing is, I did say that I'm not sure if this one does. Obviously, its wheels seem a bit bigger. I've got to be honest. You could, if done right. We do need to fill, and we should dump in the same place if we're lucky. Again, I'm trying to get this position right because I've always tried to. Ooh, now somebody needs repairing as well. Right. Okay. So then, yeah. Also, let's not forget what we were really here for. To dump the grass and go and fetch the rest of the grass was our real endeavour. I do love going past this beautiful water. It's gorgeous. It really is very, very nice and very, very pretty. Yeah, I've worked on my trailer this morning, almost finished. Well, when I say that, my first attempt at making the animation work. Yeah, I was looking quite intently on Sariga. It will help me as well if I can figure this one out. I've observed what Sariga did with his, and I've tried to mirror that on mine. The measurements. I've tried to see when the XML where one links to another. So if I've done that right, it will help me on my mower because it's got the same kind of folding animation. So yeah, I'm quite hoping if I can master that, I can then. I have said this already. I know how to do a mower. I've done the model. I know how to do the mower as well. It's just I couldn't do the folding. I've tried the original animation, but then again, the size of mine is different, so therefore I couldn't really go with the original. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? It really is beautiful. I do love this. This is one of those things that I do really love about Farming Simulator, in so much as it really is, I find, quite relaxing. I think that's what I keep coming on this map. Yeah, I've done a lot of finishes this last week. We finished Rizu Forest, we've finished Frankenmuth, and we have finished. Ooh, there was another one. There is another one too. Oak Bridge Farm, right? Yeah, Oxygen David. We finished that one too. So. Yeah, there's been a lot of finishes, and I always find those the last ones are quite exhausting. All of them have done terribly well. I mean, terribly well. For saying we're on hard economy, Frankenmuth was the clear winner. Really, it's over 7 million, which was a bit of a surprise because it didn't run the longest. It's just we had so much vegetables, and also luxury desserts is a really good. Yeah, it was 18 times. I thought I was talking nonsense, but it is. Well, that's quite amazing. So 3 times the amount we got this time. We had 22,000 litres. We got 60 odd. So almost 3 times the amount this time around. That is quite amazing. Now, obviously, the thing is, now that we have got the edge of the map, I might build a thing specially for the mower, a little tiny shed just for that in there, so it can be kept over that way. I do think, I mean, there are quite a few map makers that actually do that in little tiny conclaves of things for machinery that suit the area that they've done. If that's going to be the grass field, well, it might. That's true. Is it going to remain? Is it going to remain the grass fields? That is true. If we're going to take half of it for the cows, or maybe more, then really we've got to be a little bit more. So we need to grab some. Oh no, we've just done some water, so we should be all right, I think. Be careful, because this turns very, very quickly. Yeah, the steering axles are quite amazingly fast. Right, so then I would imagine we should still be able to. Yeah, it won't dump because the other one's already dumping, but it should, when that stops dumping, it should be able to dump the water. What's that? Oh, is that actually full already? No, surely not. It is? Wow. Amazing. Okay, well, we can't dump anymore because we can't dump anymore. Simple as that. Right, so that's quite amazing. Yeah, I didn't expect that to do that. I'm not, I mean, I am a massive fan of BD, BSSB. I hope I've got the B's and the D's and the S's right, but yeah, I am a massive fan of. Now let's switch that off as well. Yeah, that's it. Fantastic. I am a massive fan. Yeah, it's a cracking mod, really. Right, so then we have done everything preemptively across the road. Let's just go and get out. I'm quite pleased with that as well. It being a dedicated sort of. It sort of suits this kind of purpose. As I said, for 20 odd thousand, we have got a setup and quite a believable one with the wheels on there as well. That this could actually manage quite nicely. It doesn't matter that it's slow. So this is another one that really may also have a. We could sort of stick a shed just on the edge here, even for just as. Yeah, I mean, because we haven't got a lot of room, although I suppose we will have shortly. Yeah, so let's just leave this off there for a minute now. We do need to. Yeah, we could also like put you on here for now, because again, it's more likely to be used on the grass than anything else, really. We'll drop the mower off. We do really need also, again, to... Oh, is it going? Yeah, it is. It doesn't half do that you... No, we need to unfold, or fold. Unfold, really. Yeah, when it gets mucky, it really does get horrible. And that might be me missing something in the i3D. It may be. It is, again, oh, no, that looked like it does the circular brush a bit better. No, it's mucky as well. That's not helping. Yeah, don't half get filthy. Absolutely ditched. So let's get the fertiliser done, which I think, did we leave it down here? I've just seen it, I'm sure I have. Yeah, we'll get the liming done. We could seriousseriously actually do with another one of these. I might also, I don't know. Yeah, one thing I do really like is the fact that I have two of these, and it would be nice if I coloured one for the lime and then coloured one. No, this we usually go for. I've got to be honest, now that we've like limed this a little bit, it doesn't really need too much lime. It really should. No, I think we'll have to do this. I don't think the worker. If we just try the worker again. Oh no, they literally stop and then start. So we'll have to do it. So I'm going to say my words. Going to go into a brief time lapse. We'll get the field fertilised and limed, and then we will get a bit of crack. Yeah, we'll get cracking, I think. And we've got a bit of wood to pick up, but that can stay there. It is, after all, April. It's not worth much. But I suppose it's going to get in the way a little bit if I leave it there. I was a bit generous with leaving the grass in this area because I didn't want to grab the grass. Well, I didn't want to grab the wood chips with the grass as well. So yeah, I think I'd sooner grab the like wood chips now. I also like to put some grass down in that field. Just little jobs. Sometimes it's the little jobs you need just as much as the big ones, just those finishing sort of touches. Alright, so let's get this done too. And yeah, I want to keep this so that is, I mean, I'm impressed with that. 60 odd thousand litres in comparison. I didn't think it was terrible. It goes to show that how I was talking about this on Rizu Forest. Obviously, I unwittingly switched it on initially on a couple of maps, and obviously it would have affected, and it really, if you're losing 2/3 of your, it really did impact both Let's Plays, me having precision farming switched on unwittingly. If you lose 2/3 of your crop, that's quite a lot to lose. It is really. So really, I mean, I knew I was going to lose some. I didn't realise I was losing that much. That's quite ferocious. Right, last little twiddle. Oh no, actually, it's bigger than you think. Do love doing that. This is a beautiful tractor, really is. I know it's not the most powerful, but it's a cracking price. There was another one, wasn't tracked, that I really did look. Was it tracked? It was about 310 horsepower front, I think, is all that's got left. Yeah, right, let's grab this bit of, what's that, lime? Or is that, no, it's all fertiliser. Yeah, there was another one, a class, not this one, but it did have a front 3-point link. It was more boxy than this, much more boxy, but again, it was more 310. It was definitely more 1970s, 1980s sort of style of tractor. Definitely not like this. This definitely looks quite newish in comparison, although definitely a bit more boxy than like newer ones. So let's get this done. thought we were time-lapsing. It appears we're chatting. It does, yeah. It's typical me. Yeah, so right. It's not, oh no, it is going green. Yeah, I can see the difference. Now that's weird because that's sort of going back to the old precision farming. Grass went orange in the end with precision farming as it used to be. Now I always preferred the first one where because it didn't really matter what it was. It did the level of fertilisation for your particular thing, whether it was grass or whatever, it went green like we're seeing now in the areas that were at the level that you needed for the crop. And then it got changed to sort of like a uniform, like a level that if like your crop didn't need a lot, as in it was quite a low level, then it would show an orange. It went orange at the end, grass in precision farming. I mean, again, you get used to it, but this looks like so far it's using the original model of like changing it green. It's not quite right though. In places, yeah, you can see if this is all like a particular soil type, it really should all be like going the right colour. And we've seen banding where it's not, so it's not quite right. But I think it has had a bit of it was actually worse than this originally. It would take your you could go over precision farming. It was just like base game where it would take your lime and fertilizer no matter what, whereas we know like now it's doing it again still. You can see the solid fertilizers going down there. Normally if you with precision farming you used to like it never used it, it wouldn't use it because it had already done it. So either giants have changed it enormously, which is a possibility, or so it has got some in the back. Is it? Oh no, it's just a little. That's all. I thought it does go wrong sometimes. Yeah, it does actually sometimes lose its fill plane, and we can see actually, if anything, I'm a little, I'm a little under it, so it's not that it's too tight to the body. So I need to like check it out, and make sure that we've got it right. So then that is that job done. Now, did we do the fields across the road? Do they need? Because if they do, we need to use the other. We didn't buy the data then. Yeah, we do. We'll definitely do. So that means that we definitely haven't got any data for that one. So yeah, that and that both need doing, as you'd expect. So that means we need, truthfully, the nitrogen on that's okay. Did we just no? He must have done it then. The other farmer must have done that. This needs doing, because we can see what colour it should be. So we need to borrow the little tractor again. Do look this. I'm really very, very keen on this. I suppose we could, if we had done this, actually done. That we can stick the front box, and now the front box also has got wheels. So again, it's not totally out of like character that this can't do this, and this has got narrows, unlike that beautiful bit of kit. So let's just quickly. We will go into a time lapse because we've got 2 fields to do. We need to get the liming done and now this is one thing where this actually shines, because that having the front loader attacher thingy-majig, it can actually do that because it can actually angle. I used to love doing the tree devourer in FS19. It wasn't called the tree devourer, the equivalent. Because we have to you can literally angle your and grab it, which is quite an advantage really. And then we can very nicely, it's a little bit uneven actually, so it may fall again. Yeah, it's not the best of turn circles. I did actually make the mistake of taking this out of FS22 nearly all the way through, but it is, I thought about it and I thought, it would make a really good, you don't have to be powerful. I took it out quite early on and it was never in again, and I thought this time, but don't make that mistake again. It is a good tractor in for certain circumstances, especially for this kind of circumstance, really. Right, so we'll do the line. Right, anyway, yeah, time-lapse time. But it is true, lime, and we did a little bit left, but not a lot. Right, so I'm going to say my words. Let's get the fertiliser and the lime done across the road. I've got to be careful, actually, not to drag those wheels in, because they really will do damage, as I know. So after me saying all about the The realism of the wheels on the front. I really would. I did try actually for a while to stick narrows on the box. I might actually make a similar one that has got narrows on it. That's more of a container. Again, there's quite a few of these now. I'm hoping to go more and more into the vehicles than like placeables. Vehicles was always my love, but I did placeables because I needed to, and I've got to be honest, I have fallen in love with them as well. I'm not going to I do really like the factories. I think are needed more than anything else, because what I found in FS22 was that there were not a lot of really good factories. I think some of the designs that I've actually done, although the designs are probably giants would think, well, they're very unoriginal, and well, maybe they are. That might be true. But again, I've chosen the silo model basically because it's the best model. Now that was like listening to the designs by Omatana of her beautiful, not the production chair. That was G866 mods. But again, even that as well taught me small form factor really wins the day, and it still had like proper little silos. And again, that's the type of realism I'm going for, is where you've got proper containers, or well, the silo is a container, so you really don't need to go for that one. It's got the grate. It would be something where you could store something straight away. So again, the realism of that, and it appears we're not going into a time lapse again because Mr. Smith's got his talkie tackle on. Well, it's true, something that does need saying. I'm just justifying really, like, you know, what I why I've sort of done what I've done. But it is true, I always, what my first love, what I was going to do, what I wanted to do straight away was the vehicles. But I've got to be honest, vehicle modding is much more difficult than placeables, although I say that it is possible that you can make a placeable that is very complex too. FS Landscaping in his video tutorial really just... How have we done the pHing on this one? Because that one looks like someone has done the pHing on it as well. It does, because that band, it follows the same colour all the way around. So that's done. So it's just was this field. So really, all of our pH, you can see the band quite clearly going down there, which if we did the actual soil taps, you can actually see the band like that, and it is following that quite closely. So yeah, that is quite amazing. So really, reading the field above, this should sort of like roughly, but you can't always read it like that. You can't always think that it follows that. Now, isn't that typical? That where we've actually put that was the best part of field 58. It's got a touch of loam, and that's where we put the... it is where we put the generator is the word I'm looking for, I think. Right, let's grab the lime out. I think we could do just the fertiliser on its own with it. Yeah, it is true. I did find in FS... No, then we don't want to throw these right where the... Yeah, we want to stick this right... No, I think it is the front only, I would say. It's left. Yeah, it is, right. So I think just the back should do for this. Yeah, on FS22 I did find it. I was talking about the vegetables. I kept on hoping all the way through FS22 that somebody would release a good vegetable thing, that I could use the vegetables to greater effect than just always going for the suit factory, which I always thought all of the Giants recipes were very destructive on the... no, let's just put that front down. Yeah, they were very destructive on the amount of vegetables, and I kept thinking, seriously, no way is that going to like destroy that amount. And again, it just went with Giants' normal things, that they're not terribly generous on there. Yeah, I mean, when FS25, the little tiny things, although a cracking idea, the recipes were shocking. I was like, oh my life, this is terrible. We also get diesel as well, and solid fertilizer. Fantastic. Yeah, they were, and I kept hoping a modder would, and then one person released one that had got honeyed parsnips, but unfortunately the prices were quite awful on all of the things, and they were all exactly the same price. So it was quite tricky to make cash on that particular one, but I did do it on Elm Creek, the very last run I did on Elm Creek in FS22, and we sort of had to assist with a bit of sugar because it just wasn't quite good enough. But it really was, apart from that, it was the closest to not terrible wastage. So I mean, again, I've made mine where they're more realistic, and I've even done research about the levels of waste on the soybeans of the soy factory that I haven't actually shown yet. We will do that on one. And I actually did my research to see what kind of loss you actually really do get when using soybeans in the different processes. And I base my stats properly on proper research for my soybean factory. So yeah, do we do that on this Let's Play? Do we unveil it on this? I'm not sure if this is going to be a short run. I'd like to unveil that one on a proper full-term Let's Play and actually go with the soybeans as like one of the major sort of things. Polenye's got more than enough super duper productions. I think I'm going to put the straw one down that we did talk about on this one, and we are doing a lot of grain, so it really would suit this. It's not the best earner, but I always think you've got to look at it this way. Straw is pretty much worthless, so if you do something that actually gives it quite a bit of value, it's certainly a lot better than just burning it, throwing it away, or digging it into the ground that a lot of farmers do. We are going to make proper products, and it's not terrible money, but obviously it's not luxury desserts type money, which of course it wouldn't be. So yeah, it's just one of those sort of things, but it's still not a bad little thing for saying the value of straw. It does do quite decent products, again based upon real things. The guar beans are real, they're a real thing that does get made into glue, and I've done that as well, including the model, which that was one of the most tricky things I've actually done to date, which was to actually design the guar beans. I'd like to have another go at it, because again it took me all morning to actually sort of crack how Giants had done it. And well, when I say crack it, as in like to sort of find a way that I could manipulate and make new the image that actually Giants had actually done. So yeah, it's to make it into what a guar bean actually looks like. It did take me quite a long time. I tried quite a few different methods of doing it, and in the end I actually did. Now we should lower it, and then I've got less chance of dropping it off. I keep saying this. Right, so then this has all been done. We should now have lots and lots of, yeah, we have got that. So the pH is looking good, and as is the nitrogen. We did talk about, let's just grab you again, because we can actually, no, it's not, I'm not going to do that. We'll just, yeah, I was going to say I could like walk across the fields, but we won't do that at all. Let's just treat this properly. Isn't it down here? No, I think the cedar is actually, yeah, we're going to use the little cedar because it doesn't really require horsepower in the truest sense, so we could use the original cedar. Yeah, so we will put another shed down over here, I think, on that clearing, really, because now that we have sort of have the right to do that, well, then we will actually do it. So let's grab. I was quite pleased with, I looked back in editing at the harvest one, when we did the harvest on here, and I did skirt very, very well without clanging it. I know obviously I couldn't clang it because it doesn't really exist, but I literally went around it properly like you would do in real life, and I was quite pleased with that. So it was over here somewhere. I just saw it from a distance. Excellent. Yeah, I must admit, I'm a massive fan of these adapters on the front like this. So they really are exceptionally useful for like angling and doing quite wonderful things with this. And obviously the thing is, they really could do this. Obviously the front lifter has got the ability to, yeah, the PSI and the RAM that's pushing that up at the front really is quite phenomenal. So yeah, the PSI that it can produce is really quite effective. Now that we want to do grass, and I just want to grass that field. Yeah, the other thing is that I would have a go at is, when I first started to play in FS25, I often did do oilseed radish, because I was trying to sort of live by the book and think, oh, this is a really good sort of way of doing this. So I did the oilseed radish quite a lot. But I found it, well, it takes an awful long time to actually do it. So in the end, I thought, oh, I don't know that this is a good idea. It takes too long. I think it's far better to just flip over the fertilizer. But now Giants are saying there is some sort of incentive for you doing the oilseed radish. So now that does put a different complexion on things, because I've always thought, handled correctly, we would all use oilseed radish. So if there was a bit of incentive for you to do so, like a better, I don't know what it involves, I haven't looked at it yet. I've been too busy modding and all the rest of it, so yeah, it's one of those things. Right, so let's get this done. I think. Oh, that's because. Oh no, it's not. It literally is hitting the ground because it's very, very uneven. Yeah, so the class is not quite right. Obviously, it's only just been released a few days ago, so it's got a couple of errors on it. The hitch at the back doesn't work properly. Oh, no. It's got narrows on as well, though, let's be honest. I don't think this has got a horsepower requirement, but it might have a horsepower requirement. No, I might have forgotten it has. And it is also quite hilly. And it's got narrows on, so it's a bit of a combination, I think. It is also dragging on the floor, because it's quite a low tractor. So it's, again, it really is a combination of things with this particular one as to why it's like being as it is. Fantastic. Let's get this done. I did do this the first time. I actually did. So there were certain jobs that I did that were quite advanced, even to what we're doing now. Yeah, I'd grassed this a long time ago. And I had got this particular seeder, but we've definitely overtaken that original one in a lot of ways. So this one's a bit more serious than the very first one, and the equipment's completely different. Smashing, excellent. Now that if we're careful, it is already lowered. We should be able to gently. It's reasonably flat-ish. Right, smashing. So there we go. That's not bad at all. 161,000. We haven't actually done that, have we? We haven't fertilised it. We have limed it. We did actually lime it. So these are all up to 60. That one's 53 and 92. Why is that one 92? No wonder we're getting like decent bonuses. That's phenomenal. Well, but why are the others so low? Although they were 50, so I really that's gone up quite quickly. This one, obviously, we've partially done the liming, and this one somehow, through just doing the liming and the seeding, has overtaken field 55, which that doesn't make much sense to me at all. Now, I think we did everything we did. So let's go through to May morning, and it is indeed 8 o'clock now. So then we've got barley is quite early, as we know. So that's going to be a little bit sooner than the wheat, 1 month. And we have got a harvester. I'm really very, very pleased with, like how. So really, the other thing is, now, please tell me that those weeds are like all dead. Please tell me. Yeah, we're on precision farming. So 59 is corn. It's not ready. It's growing. These are dark. Yeah, so these aren't going to be, June, July. I think July for these, if I remember rightly, for barley. June, it can be as little as next month, which is quite amazing. Right, wow, amazing. So we should see grass behind us. The horrible first growth stage. Yeah, it has actually got the green underneath. It often used to be horrible brown before. So they actually got the carpety type stuff, as I call it. So that's good, I'm glad. Do we grab that? I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get the... I keep wanting to call it sawdust. But it's definitely wood chips. Yeah, we'll grab the wood chips off the floor. I'm not sure how much, and I'm not sure whether it's going to play nicely and all that type of stuff. So yeah, we've got 2,381 tons. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to switch that off until we're literally hovering over the wood chips. So I don't want to catch the corner of the grass that is over here. So I'm going to do this as well as I can. And I don't really know how much wood chips we've actually got. So we need to be right over here like that. There wasn't a lot there. right pointing at that there, I think. Absolutely fantastic. So, not a lot really for saying that was a smallish tree like that one, so I suppose really can't expect it. Now we can't put wood chips in the self-sufficiency, although it has got storage and it's got a lot of things it hasn't got anything, and there's no recipes for wood chips, so really we're going to need to now we should be able to stick this on the edge of the field now, because we do own periphery, which is a nice place to be, but I'm not going to take advantage. I'm only really trying to just use the edge of the fields, because it is difficult on start from scratch, that kind of thing, with if you've got no leeway at all. Well, we saw that I couldn't even put the sign down. It was really quite that was a toughie really. Let's stick this back over here, and we will go through till June, where I think we're going to see that the barley is ready to actually do. So we haven't looked at this. Ooh, now I haven't had this since. Do we need another tractor? It's a very beautiful tractor, actually. It's a bit of a beast. What can it go up to? 302, which is... I think it would be the lead then, if it did do that. But I think, all things considered, I think we'll buy and sell it. It's a shame, because I do like it, and I've not had it in a long while, but I just think it would cripple us a little. Would it? It'd still have 68,000... We've already got a harvester, so it's not like we've got any leasing costs on that. Well, okay, I suppose we can leave it. We don't need to make a decision, because it doesn't lose value straight away. So if we go through till June morning, we should see that the barley field is ready. Now, I think we're going to leave that, even if this is a short episode. I always say this about events, on the farm, we're going to go up to, so I think we'll do the harvest of all of the fields, because they're all, apart from the corn. Now, that's a completely different event, because it's a long way off. So that looks to me, in the distance, like that is ready, and the wheat looks like almost ready. So yeah, I think I'm going to see that is definitely ready to rock and roll, and it's going to be beautiful gold, as is oh, it's not. Oh no, it is. It's definitely right. Yeah. So these purple patches are showing damagey bits, but they're not the normal damagey bits. So I wonder if this has something to do with the watermark. Now I've got to be honest. If we're having damage from the normal damage, like the withered patches, and then we've got patches that are from the water mod too, I'm not sure I like the idea of having that amount of damage. It's now becoming quite... I like the idea of having damaged spots. I think that's quite clever, but yeah, like the withering. But now you've got we seem to have a promulgation of really lots on field 56, our biggest field, and 61 is also, that's not too terrible. I mean, it's just got harvest patches, got no damage. Well, I think it has got damaged spots there, but yeah, that is quite I'm also not sure, obviously we haven't got any of the, I think you can put sewing things on yourself now. I think the equipment, you need to set up tram lines. Again, I've only half read things. But it would be nice, perhaps. I think you need to buy the right equipment, or it has tram lines built in and all the rest of it. So, right, let's check the sales this morning. Ooh, now that would be a bit of nice one. So let's buy that and sell it. We will keep the 5.5 meter as well, but we definitely will buy that too. But we can't buy it right now. So let's just grab the telehandler. So we've also got this as well. Well, we've got quite a few bits and bobs. Again, I am next big thing. That's true. I've made my decision based upon what we'd already discussed, really. So the stayer can be sold. We can manage with what we've got, because it's going to steal the ability to put the animal enclosure down, and that I did say that was going to be the next thing we did. So let's stick to what we said. I don't think we can afford the stone picker, which is really quite an integral part of the Let's Play, because obviously I do plough a lot, so really the stone picker is one of those bits of kit that really it's quite important for us to have. Right, so then Stayra. Apologies, Stayra. I will get to have you once more. It is a long time since I've had you. Right, I think it was Riverbend Springs, the original one where I actually got the Stayra. It was the lead tractor until I was not happy with the original Riverbend Springs due to once I'd found my feet, so that's right up to 200 odd thousand again. Let's grab the Elho, the beautiful, and this is really advanced stuff. There is some angles that make those arms appear that Black Sheep Modding has done, and again, it's a bit beyond me. My sort of level. I mean, don't get me wrong. I sort of can vaguely understand that it's got some. Show you on the model, the bits that stick. Oh, actually, they might only. Can't sort of see the bits that stick out a little bit. It might be where the wheels are. Yeah, it could be, because of course you don't see the wheels. It'll be the stick out bit where the wheel is. It's working some angles out from that actual thing, and that's what helps the arms to appear. So I've got my arms in. I've used my original stone things just as a model because I'd already made them, but they won't appear even though they are in the right place, because I've done quite a few models now. I know where I need to stick the elements that move. So I've done that right, but they don't appear because there's a bit of angling to work out. And again, it's something I've never done yet. So I can see what needs to be done. That I'd like to switch that off for that to be making the noise. It is really quite annoying. So we're down to 172,502, but we can at least actually crack on with the animals. Again, I think we might lose a bit of the grass fields. Did we switch that back on for the digestate, or did we ever switch it off? I can't remember. I think we did. Nope, not that. Oh no, it did do it. We did leave it on. So, didn't we? Yeah, the grass is all gone. So we've got 37 tons of digestate. I probably will do the mineral feed one more time, but obviously we're going to be doing it from the wheat one. And the corn, that's right. So we've got wheat and corn. So we'll do this one last time to bring in quite a bit of cash, and then we're going to literally diversify. And also straw. What have we got in straw? 51,000. Why do we need it for the mineral feed? Yeah, it is. So we are using that as quick as but we should get an awful lot of straw this year because we've got obviously a lot more fields. So we might not use it all. We might actually be able to have. But yeah, my next big thing for the Let's Play is definitely animals. So no matter what, yeah, I'm trying to move on a pace. So let's speed up time as well. Let's get this on till the rain stops, which looks like it's not going too far off. We'll give it a few minutes. So the moisture is. Perhaps then you need to be outside yourself like I am now. Yeah, I think I was in a vehicle, so it only shows. I was thinking, I thought there's a little box that says moisture on it. It does, but you can't be inside your vehicle, so that will just sort of prove that. Yeah, it does as well. Right, okay, at least I understand. So it's now dropping again. I don't know what the limit is. I just always give it about half an hour myself. I always have done, well, nearly always. I did start to bring this in as an element of realism quite a while back. But now the moisture mods here, it sort of makes an awful lot more sense on what we're doing. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Next session, we're going to get on with doing the harvesting, and we will bring into play. No, we've got the other one. Yeah, we can bring the other one into. Did I actually dump the straw? Yes, I did. Remember. Yeah, we did actually do the. I'm sure we did. The trailer's over there. Yeah, actually on this very thing. So we'll take this over. I'm going to say my goodbyes. Yeah, hopefully you join me next session on this absolutely fantastic map. Beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous by Yogi. Yeah, so goodbye for now.